guys, so this is another video on lucid dreaming, yay! And today we're covering the wake and back to bed technique. Woo! Are you ready for this? I hope so, because I am. I've been wanting to make this video for a long ass time, just haven't gotten around to it. So, anyways, the wake and back to bed technique, also known as WBTB for short, and stuff, is one of the most highly recommended, most effective methods to lucid dream for beginners. I know I used it a lot when I first started, and I still use it a lot, especially when I haven't been lucid dreaming a lot recently, and I just want a quick way to help get myself back into it. I'll use the wake and back to bed method because it's the most effective and easiest thing for me, and it is for a lot of people. And I swear, if you're just starting lucid dreaming, I highly, highly, highly recommend the wake and back to bed technique. And what it is, well, it's kind of what it sounds. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night or in the early morning and go back to bed. But, so, first things first, I suggest doing this on a day you can sleep in. Weekends are good for a lot of people if you don't have to go to school or work that day. Those are always great times to do it, so you have more time to sleep, and you're not so tired. Or maybe days you start later in the day, like for me, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't start until my classes until 11, so for me that's easier because I have more time to sleep in. It's not like when I have to get up at 7 or 8 in the morning, when that's hard. So start on the day where either you start your day later or you don't have anything to do that day and you can just sleep in more. That's a good recommendation. So how do you do this? There are two different ways you could do this technique. The first way, which I'm more accustomed to, actually I'm accustomed to both ways, what am I saying? The first way is to wake yourself up about half an hour to an hour earlier than you normally would. So say you get up at 7, wake yourself up at 6:30. And you're going to stay up for about 20 minutes, let's say, 20 minutes, and then you're going to go back to bed. And you basically just hijacked your REM cycle. You hijack the time when you would normally be in very deep REM sleep, where your dreams happen, especially lucid dreams happen. So, and you woke your brain up just enough, so hopefully when you go back to sleep, you will have a dream and you'll realize that you're dreaming. The other way to do this technique is to wake yourself up about 4 to 6 hours after you go to bed, or after you fall asleep. So factor in if it takes you a long time to fall asleep, factor that in to that calculation somewhere. So say you fall asleep around midnight, wake yourself up anytime between 4 to 6 a.m. And same thing, you get up and you're gonna stay up about 20 minutes. Actually, you can stay up from about 20 to 60 minutes. I find that about 20 minutes works the best, and then go back to bed. And again, you woke your consciousness up enough to hopefully when you go back to bed, you keep that consciousness and you hijack your REM cycle again. So when you go back to bed, you are way, 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 way more likely to realize that you are in a dream. And you might be thinking, what do I do during that time I'm awake? Do I go skydiving? Do I go on the internet and talk to my Facebook friends and go like, woo, I'm trying to lucid dream? One, try to keep the artificial light out, so don't go be online or on your phone. Try to not have that artificial light anyway so much. Good things to do during that time are to focus your attention a lot on lucid dreaming. So either keep doing reality checks. I remember my first really lucid dream happened from a wake and back to bed experience where I got up and I literally just kept asking myself like every 2 minutes, am I dreaming, am I dreaming, am I dreaming, and doing reality checks. So like plugging my nose and trying to breathe through it, or checking looking at the time and then looking away and then looking back at the time, or trying to push my finger through my other hand, and I became very lucid that night. So you can keep asking yourself if you're dreaming, do reality checks, over and over and over again during that time. Read your favorite book on lucid dreaming. Read articles on lucid dreaming. Think about what you want to do. You can think about what you want to do when you become lucid. Keep saying mantras to yourself. Like, tonight, when I go back to bed, I will become lucid. When I go back to bed, I will become lucid. Or, I will realize that I am dreaming. I will realize that I am dreaming. And just keep doing that. You'll do pretty much anything as long as your attention is focused on the subject of dreams and lucid dreaming and becoming aware that you're in a dream while you're dreaming. You just really want to heavily keep your mind focused on that, and then you'll go back to bed, and like I said, your chances of becoming lucid are way, way, way significantly higher than any other normal night. And the cool thing about the wake and back to bed technique is it can be combined with like every other lucid dreaming technique to make it more effective. Like, you could combine it with the wild technique, the mild technique, vial technique, the mild technique. Like, you could literally combine WBTB with any other lucid dreaming technique, and it'll make that other technique that you're practicing like that much more effective and more likely that you will become lucid. So, yeah. I seriously, if you're having troubles learning how to lucid dream, I totally recommend trying the wild technique out for at least like a few weeks. If you're a beginner, I highly recommend the waking back to bed technique. Highly, highly, highly. That's really where most beginners get their first success, lucid dreaming. Or if you haven't done it for a while, I just recommend WBTB. It's done wonders for me, and I research other people's lucid dreaming experiences, and I hear over and over again that this usually ends up being the most effective. Not for everyone. Some people, it's not that effective for, but a lot of people, it is. And I highly recommend it. I promise. I highly recommend it. I will never make a video that's like how to lucid dream tonight, or how to lucid dream instantly, or how to lucid dream the easy way, because I am a firm believer that lucid dreaming takes practice and determination and perseverance too, because you get really disappointed pretty easily when it doesn't happen for you, even though you might have tried really hard. It's a skill that you really gotta stick with, and I don't think there's one easy way to do it unless you're just lucky and have a natural talent for it. But if you are really dead set on trying to have a lucid dream as soon as possible, I'd say you probably have the most luck doing a wake and back to bed induced lucid dream. So yeah, that's what it is, and it's a pretty simple technique. That didn't take long to explain. And yeah, I hope to be making more of these videos in the future. Hopefully I'll explain, the mild technique, the wild technique, and like every other technique out there that I can think of and I know about. But yeah, try that out, and sweet dreams to all of you. I hope you are having success if you're trying to lucid dream, and if you're not, just keep going and keep trying. I promise if you keep sticking with it, it will happen eventually. And yeah, I think that's it for right now. Bye guys!